Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be making a flashlight. So for this episode it's going to be very simple. We're not going to have any functions of like picking it up. That is in a later episode. I just want to get the base mechanic down, which we can then edit later. I am recording this straight after recording the stamina system. So if you guys haven't watched that video already, then I do recommend checking that out. But yeah, let's go. Let's not waste any more time. So guys, head into your third person character blueprint, and if you still have these open from last episode, you can close them. We won't need them for now. But yeah, so we're gonna have to make a flashlight, and we're going to do this a bit differently. Some people will just use a light that you will toggle on and off, and that's basically what we're doing, but we're going to make something new. So if you remember back to one of the first episodes of this series, we actually deleted a spring arm to create this camera. Excuse me. And what we're going to do, we're going to now make a new one. So we're going to go to add, and then make sure you clicked on mesh, by the way, so it follows the mesh. And just search in spring arm. So the spring arm is facing the wrong way, as you can tell. So we can easily fix that by creating this little 90 degrees just like so. And we'll have the spring arm there, and yeah, so we'll just set it up just like that. And then once you've made your spring arm, just create a new, and then click on it, make sure you're selected on it, and just search spotlight. Now the spotlight will be in a very weird position, but you can actually just reset these values just like so. And as you can tell, the spring arm is still far back. Now to fix this, just go into the spring arm, go to target arm length, and just set it to 0, just so it's right on the player. Now this is a massive range. We don't want this. So what we're actually going to do is we're just going to bring this outer cone down, and we're going to bring the I can't say this word, but this radius down a little bit, just so it's not crazy big. And we're just going to set the light color to something like a warm or a light yellow color, and then we'll just rename this to flashlight. So we're going to set this up later where we can pick this up and use this, but for now we're just going to make it so we can just use it straight away. Now make sure to go onto the flashlight and make sure to set the visibility to false, as we don't want this straight away. We want to be able to toggle this, and you don't want to start the game straight off the bat. Now you can change other settings if you like, but the one setting I'm going to change is I'm going to go into spring arm, and I'm just going to enable camera rotation lag, and just leave this at 10. You should notice it soon enough when we're in. Now we need to make it so the flashlight can work. So what we're going to do, we're just going to create a simple function, but first we're going to go into the content, third person input, actions, and then create a new input action. You can see we'll be doing this quite a lot, so hopefully you'll be able to make this soon by yourself. Just name it IA_flashlight. You don't need to open this, I don't know why I just did. Go back to input, IMC default, and then create flashlight, and boom. Just like that. We'll put it as F for now. Now, what we want to do is we want to go into here, and we're going to do what we did here, where every time this is pressed, we'll do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to go IA_flashlight, and then every time that the flashlight is triggered, we're actually going to do a new node we've not used before, which is a flip-flop. Yes, it's actually called flip-flop, but basically it remembers which one it last did, and it will do something based on if it's or based on what it wasn't, so it will do the opposite of last time. So this is the way we're going to do it, of setting up a toggle. It's my preferred method of doing it, but you can do it other ways if you wish. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to make some new functions, because we used them last episode, and we're going to use them again. So we're going to create a new function, call it turn on flashlight and turn off flashlight. Now in each of these functions will be basically the same thing. What we're going to do is we're going to get this flashlight, so we're going to drag off and get the reference to it, and we're just going to go set visibility, and then drag that into there and set visibility just like so to on, and then we'll copy and paste this. So just copy both of these little nodes, paste them into here, and when we turn off, we'll just set the visibility to none. Now what we're actually going to do is we're going to set up something for later. So we're going to make a new variable, and we're going to go is flashlight on, and we're going to change this to a ball. Now in each of these, just drag this into the last pin, and so for turn off flashlight, we'll leave it as no, and for turn on flashlight, we will set it to yes, just like that. Now this should all work if we connect it. So let's do that now. So on A, we're going to turn on flashlight, and on B, we're going to turn off flashlight. So guys, I just went through and tested a few things. I made a few mistakes, but I'll show you how to fix those now. I do apologize. I wanted to actually keep this in to show you that not everything goes right in game dev. If you're here beginning and learning how to become a game developer, then things will go wrong. That's something you're going to have to deal with, but I guess that's the fun of it. You get to figure out what's wrong and get to fix it. So a few things that need fixing. So firstly, the spring arm was originally attached to the mesh. Just drag the spring arm onto the follow camera and then go onto the spring arm or the flashlight. I have it on the flashlight, for example. You can set either or. I'm not actually sure why I did the flashlight, so I'm actually going to reset that. And then just go onto spring arm and just drag it here. So basically, instead of it being inside the body, because it sometimes like gets caught in the body, and then you have to like, it disappears because there's no way it can get outside of the body unless there's holes in your body. But just do that, so then it's here. I set the intensity up a little bit. You can do the same thing. Not much has changed there. And then in the event graph, make sure to have flashlight, the IA interaction flashlight, on started, not triggered. Again, made a few mistakes, but that is the fun of game development. But when you finally go in game and test it out, it should work, and just like so, it turns on and off. But one last thing I actually want to add, I want to go back into our third person character, go to the event graph, drag these along a little bit, and then if we add a delay in between each and just set it as a small delay of 0.1, doesn't have to be big at all, but setting this value will kind of add more realism to it, because when you turn on a flashlight, it doesn't bang snap on. Like, there's a little delay. It feels a bit better. If you think, oh, that's kind of pointless, I don't really feel it, if you turn it up, you will definitely feel it, and it just adds that little bit more realism, just like the camera lag. So yeah, that is all for this episode. So guys, if you did enjoy this and you do want this series to carry on, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you think I should add next. I have about 21 episodes planned for this series, but we can always add some more whenever we go. So if you want a certain feature, you can always ask and I will be happy to provide. But guys, that is it for this video. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you want to support me any further, then make sure to check out my Patreon below, as the blueprints for this game will be down below. Anything changed will be on there on the Patreon, and it's just a little way to support me a bit extra and me to give back to you guys for supporting me more. But guys, yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.